Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Patrick Gardner.
Congratulations, class of 2017. As Eminem says, I've got one shot, so here it goes. Tonight I have the job of encapsulating our Houston experience. Before anything else, I would like to thank my family, especially my mom and dad, my friends, my teammates, my coaches, and my teachers for providing me with the support that has helped me succeed up to this point, and that will help me succeed further in the future. But more importantly, I need to invoke my First Amendment right and thank God. 10 years from now, the things that preoccupy us so much will no longer have hold. We will look back at our yearbooks and remember how we affected others and the ways in which others influenced us. No matter how many parties we have been to, how many Instagram followers we have, or how many people say hey to us, you and I have affected more people than we think. By interacting in classes, sports, and events, and even just seeing another student in the hallway every day, we have left lasting impressions on one another. As we continue our life journeys, I hope that we may have a positive impact on hundreds, thousands, and possibly millions more to come. From the beginning of registration our freshman year to this moment, we have contributed to society in the following ways. Gangnam Style, Juju on that beat, J. Cole went double platinum with no features, and the CUBS finally won the World Series. It has been a long road. It is an honor to represent Houston's class of 2017 as a valedictorian. At this point, I need to acknowledge distinguished members of the faculty. Each of these individuals has taught us something different, and all of these lessons we will be able to use in the future. Mr. Travers for teaching us to stand up for what we believe in. Dr. Ducey for showing us how to look at the world from a new perspective. Coach Wolf for helping us confront the reality of situations to experience personal growth. Senor Fairman for ingraining in us respect and academic discipline. And Mrs. Brommer for demonstrating that everyone has potential. I must also acknowledge that being valedictorian does not mean I have never made mistakes. Of the 17 AP courses I have taken, only about 55% of the time did I make a 5. I've missed the question on every reading portion of the ACT, but on a serious note, I've literally been hit in the face by a football in front of 1,000+ onlookers. To get to this point, each of us has gone through a very similar process. It all started with freshman year wellness class. I still have a picture exemplifying the course's inspiring encouragement of physical exercise. It shows one of the coaches sticking a pencil through the basketball we wanted to play with, popping it. The high school process, and ultimately the process for success, can be understood in 4 parts. Part 1, preparation is key. Each year we had to submit our course selection sheet hoping to get the perfect classes. Perfect schedule, the right classes, the right teachers, and the right classmates. We persisted further in requesting changes, even when the school year had begun. We found out that Mr. Legault is the man, and we discovered the ins and outs of the school building. At the beginning, the building's boring walls disoriented us. Part 2, understanding the terrain. During school hours, students tried to maximize the time spent in the hallway. Teachers spent 20% of their time complaining about students, and the other 85% trying to teach us math. Oops, my bad. We soon learned that there was no pool on the top of the building, and that we would not be thrown into trash cans on the made-up freshman Fridays. Part 3, the grind. And no, not the dance we can't do at prom. Time could not be wasted. At certain points, we had to work extremely hard. Whether there was a project due the next day, or you just entered your HCT testing room, you had to hunker down every once in a while. Multiple times in AP Spanish, I had to learn more words in one night than I had in the previous 3 levels of Spanish combined. Spanish and 6 other APs my junior year revealed to me the power of 11-minute naps during very late hours. Not to steal Kevin Gates' thunder, but at this point, I don't get tired. In terms of effort, we realized that there's no time for slackers. Students have to take intellectual risks in order to make their mark. Simply sitting back and following accepted wisdom leaves one with the pack. Part 4, finish. At all academic levels, students will complain about the amount of work they have to do. Senior year, that was pretty much all of us. Nonetheless, we had to persist in giving what was left of our effort in order to make it to today. By finishing what we do, we leave out the possibility of regret. Each opportunity that we take by the horns leads us to the next, and eventually we can look back and realize that everything we did made us everything we are. In my last year and a half at Houston, I was lucky enough to play 3 sports. Joining the football team after a 1-win season last year, I was able to form lasting bonds with teammates by pushing through adversity. I gleaned the importance of tunnel vision when a certain thing needs to get done. And no, this isn't the same tunnel vision that takes you straight to Starbucks in the morning, or the one that draws you back to Snapchat every 25 seconds to strike a pose. Some things I will never forget from football are Jay Tate's freestyling, Coach Ushry's impeccable hair game, and the locker room after wins, especially that cardio one. In playing tennis, I learned how to annoy someone without talking and win because of it. Success is ultimately the goal, but the manner in which we do it is our own. Being unorthodox can sometimes be an advantage. Just ask my opponents. I also do not know of a sport at Houston that has more snacks and Diet Pepsi at the ready. My soccer experience can be summed up from its beginning to later on in the season with a couple of poems. Keep in mind that I'm not a poet. First, a haiku. Out of position, thought you were smarter than this, you need to practice. Now, a quatrain. Running up and down the field, we quickly approach the goal. A cross goes in for a forward to wield, and soon enough, we are on a roll. These personal experiences extend to all areas of life and apply to our futures past high school. Whether in college, at a job, or in daily life, we will encounter new situations that pull us out of our comfort zone. Despite feeling out of place at the beginning and making mistakes along the way, we will prepare, learn, and grind in order to finish whatever we want to accomplish. I would like to conclude by listing 10 lessons I learned. Number 10, you're either with band or you're against them. Number 9, you either play now or you play later. Number 8, you game the system or the system games you. Number 7, the synthesis of student effort is greater than what any one person could accomplish on his own. Number 6, cheating may get someone pretty far, but it will not get you to the top of the top. Number 5, success can be intimidating. Number 4, people that truly wish you the best are few and far between. Number 3, our ability to achieve goals is grounded in our personal development as a result of the group of people with which we surround ourselves. Number 2, if we can handle Miss Kennedy's chemistry class, we can handle anything. And number 1, millennials are not the problem. We are the solution, and we will surprise you. Thank you to Mr. Manuel, Mr. Cherry, other administrators and faculty of Houston for allowing me the opportunity to deliver this speech. But more importantly, thank you, graduating seniors. For all of us here in the class of 2017, I'm Pat Gardner. You stay classy, Houston.
Students, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2017 of Houston.